Hey, yo, what is up, my boys? Over XTH back with another video. Today we're doing a quick tier list for 10.1.5 for Dragonflight. So I did this tier list with Tier List Maker. If you want to do your own tier list, you can definitely just use my template. I'm gonna put it open there freely for anybody to use. I'm gonna spread some love, and you can just use it. Either way, so let's get into my tier list. So today I want to do it a little bit different. I don't want to go into many details on why I'm putting each class there. It's just like my own personal tier list, and you don't have to disagree. You don't have to agree or disagree with it, but you can definitely, well, give constructive criticism or state your own opinion, right, on why X class should be in each tier. So I'm gonna start off the tier list with healers, and we're gonna do it as they come. So the first healer is gonna be Preservation. In my opinion, they definitely belong into S tier. They're really strong. They're just not completely meta dominating, I would say. And we'll go into more detail once we have every healer in their correct tier. This priest, many would argue that they belong in B tier right now, but honestly, I can still see them in A tier. I can still see them definitely viable with RMP or jungle, to be honest, and they belong in the A tier. It's just that Holy Priest is going to be our next. The truth, they are just so much dominating over this priest, so no priest in their right mind would ever play this priest spec in front of the Holy Priest spec. And next on the S plus tier is going to join them the Holy Paladin with the current rework. They're pretty strong even after the nerfs. They are definitely still very strong. Slightly behind Holy Priest in my opinion, but definitely up there. Next up is going to be our Mistweaver, and this is also my main, but I don't want to be biased or anything, so I'm going to put them slightly below Evokers in my opinion. Like, the thing is, they nerfed the caster. Mistweaver, this was really broken in the start of Season 2. But I nerfed that, so now it's not that great anymore, and you would kind of always play Shaman before a caster monk even. In some scenarios, Fistweaver can be better for sure, but Fistweaver is a spec that got really gutted and nerfed, so it's not that easy to play, I would say, right now anymore. And but I still see them in the S tier for sure. And our last healer spec is going to be Druid, slightly above this priest. Let's give our fellow this priest this one, but honestly, not that strong right now, sadly. Next up, and this was it for the healer tier list, and as you can see, as of right now, Holy Priest and Holy Pillar are very meta dominating, but the S tier section, and this is what you don't have to go there, S tier is still pretty good. Like Preservation, Evokers, Resto Shamans, and Mistweavers in specific comps are S tier and very good. So definitely keep an eye on that. It's just that Resto Druid is a little bit weak right now. I would honestly, Resto Druid is fine in some comps with Shadow Priest, but yeah, it's not that great, sadly. But this is it for healers. So next up we're gonna do our meelees, and we start off with rogues. So Assassination belongs, I would say, honestly, I would put them in the A tier with a combination of Warlock. They are pretty good. Outlaw, sadly right now, even after the buffs, I would still put them into B tier. They can work in Orc Outlaw, but not really. It just needs some little bit more damage, I would say. And then they're back on track. Sublity Rogue, definitely S tier. I would almost put them into S plus tier, but we're gonna keep them into S tier for now because they are rogue specs and they're not that faithful to play, even though they are pretty easy to play. Like, let's be real, yeah. So next up, I'm gonna put the Hunter spec, so I don't forget this one. Hunter is definitely, like, Survival is definitely up there, and do I see them in the S tier or in the A tier? Honestly, I would see them. I see them into the S tier, bro. Like, Survival Hunters, they're really fucking strong. Don't underestimate them. They belong into the S tier for sure. And next melee spec is gonna be our Warrior. Warriors, they need some buffs. They're definitely in front of Assassination as of so far. But Arms Warrior definitely can see some buffs. They're still viable. It's just like that not on the S tier. Same goes for Fury, slightly below Arms or slightly above Arms. Depends on the recent changes. Maybe next ID it's gonna be a little bit different, but as of right now, like, Arms has just more tools to play with, right? And our next melee spec is gonna be Enhance. Enhance is the only spec I'm gonna put into the need changes and buff section, because this spec is fucking dumb. It doesn't make sense. Like, there is no real comp you can actually play. This class needs a fucking whole redesign. You only really do damage if you have more than 3 targets available. Avines told me that, my friend. And Turbo has not really been viable since season 1 of Shadowlands so far. So I don't know. I want to see different comps with NH. I don't only want to see Turbo. I want to see the spec getting a redesign like we have on Holy Paladin, Red Paladin. Speaking of Red Paladins, they are still very strong. I would put them above Warrior. I don't really see them in the S tier, but definitely above Warrior. They are very strong, right? Not very strong. I'm sorry about that, but they are strong. Let's put them above Warrior. DKs, and starting off with Unholy, as of right now, still S tier after the slight nerfs. I would honestly still see them into S tier, maybe below Subrogue and Hunter then by next patch, or like by next week after the small nerfs. So I'm gonna put them into S tier, slightly below these 2 specs. B tier is gonna take another Frost Decay. I don't want to see another rework for Frost Decay, but I want to see some buffs to the class for sure. Because I think the playstyle is fun. It's it's a little bit different. It brings up some mix. It's just like, it can be cheesy, especially with Devastation, but well, I don't want to see like them getting complete changes. But we definitely also, like, the B tier also needs some buffs, right? It's just like that this tier is like complete bro fucking changes class, man. So, and last up, we have 2 specs remaining. Feral is gonna take, honestly, A tier right now. I see them above, I definitely see them above Red. So, let's put them over there. And as for the last spec, Windwalkers dominating melee spec right now, definitely S plus tier, well deserved. Insane damage, even after the nerfs, 9% damage nerf on Rising Sun Peak that is on Wednesday. But bro, they do insane damage. I'm not sure if the 9% nerf will do the trick there, yeah? So this is our melee tier list. As you can see, very meta dominating is Windwalker right now. Closely followed up by Subrogue, Survival Hunter, and DKs. And yeah, this is S for the melee tier list. But we are coming to the bread and butter right now, because right now is a custom meta. So we're gonna start off with Warlocks. Warlocks are all Warlocks tier, all Warlock specs, in my opinion, take the A tier as of right now. And in this order, I would even say they are strong. Don't get me wrong, they are strong. They are just not on the same level as these other specs as of right now. Arcane Mage, definitely. I would honestly put them into S plus tier, but they are a little bit hard to play. So same goes for Frost Mage and Fire Mage as well. So they belong in the S tier, just not in the S plus tier, because they mages, they have the benefit of the dope that it's a hard class. And you can definitely see some change. You can definitely see a lot more differences from a bad mage to a better mage than from a bad warrior to a good warrior. Like there's a lot more skill gap, I would say. But other than that, Boomies definitely a little bit above mages, even after the nerfs. I would. Now, honestly, they're not above mages anymore. Like, Boomies got heavily nerfed actually, and the nerfs are quite huge. I must say, as of my game experience so far, I had like a couple of sessions, and I'm gonna put them slightly below major specs. And Beast Mastery needs a change. Nah, they don't need a change. They just need more damage probably. So I'm gonna put them into the B tier section for now. As of Augmentation Evokers, they are the newest spec into the game. They got nerfed, but they are still they're fucking broken. They are very meta dominating, especially in Shuffle, Trees as well. Still belongs to S plus tiers. Trees not so much as Shuffle. Shuffle is completely dominated by augmentations, I would say, but definitely S plus tier, well deserved. Devastation Evokers, bro, that's another change buffs thing. As of PvE, like in PvE, it's a different story. I think these Evokers can be really fun, I guess. But like in PvP, I would say they're just a cheesy one-shot spec. I don't see them. I just don't like cheesy one-shot spec. Same honestly goes for Frost Decay, but Frost Decay, I want to leave them into B tier. I just want to see them getting changed. But Devastation Evoker, bro, this class is new. This class has to get changed for PvP purposes, in my opinion, or adjusted. You know, adjusted that it's not that one-shot, more consistent damage. Next Hunter spec is going to be Marksman. In my opinion, Marksman still belongs into S tier. Like, Hunters are really fucking good. Survival and Marksman, not so Beast Mastery, not so much, but those two specs are very, very strong in my opinion. Elle is honestly into S tier as well, slightly below Boomkin, slightly above Marksman. Very good class right now. It's just not completely meta dominating. Same goes for SP is definitely on the A tier. I would even put them slightly above or below Warlocks, but they are basically on the same tier. And yeah, this was it for the ranged caster. So as of right now, we're gonna make a whole picture now of this tier list. It's actually pretty well balanced, I would say. There's only a few outliers like Augmentation, Evokers, and Windwalkers, Paladins, and Holy Priests. I wouldn't say it's completely worse. The thing is, you have to understand that right now the game works very like rock, paper, scissors. Like, you have to try to find a comp. For most of these classes on the tier list, there's only really one comp that you can play on the ladder to push high with. So you have to find out what this comp is and then play it, right? You cannot just hop. Like, all of these A tier classes basically only have one comp you can really perform well with. On the S tier classes, you have like 2 to 3 comps, and S plus tier is basically, bro, you can throw in Holy Paladin into any comp, it works. Throw in Windwalker into any comp with DKs, with fucking Warriors, with fucking Augmentation Evokers, with Arcane Mage, even with Boomies, with Frost Mage. It doesn't matter, bro. This class is very meta dominating. Same goes for Augmentation Evokers, can buff any other class in the game, and it's very broken. So yeah, I would say I personally I like the meta as of right now, but we can always see some changes, especially for my fellow shamans. And bro, like, Shaman is one of those classes. It's so old by now, bro. Please give it a rework. Either way, man. If you enjoyed this tier list, please, yeah, if you want, you can give it a like. But yeah, I'm happy. Maybe I could share some fun. And if you want to do your own tier list, you can freely use the tier maker. Give it to any other streamer for sure. I'm fine with it. No hate. Yeah, I see you guys on stream on twitch.tv/overxstage. If you want to go into more detail on these classes and talk about life and shit. And yeah. Till then, take care, guys, and I see you on the next one. Peace out.